Attack, America, Sister Act 1, Sister Act 2, Sister Act 3.
How many are there?
There's just 2. There should be 3 though.
Now, before we check these out, what do we need people to do?
I would imagine there's a couple different things. One of them is probably subscribe,
Yeah.
and the other one is probably like this video and every other video. So you might say,
Oh, I thought you were doing that American thing where you say like at the end of every sentence. Like they need to do like such and such. I'm trying. See, I got him. Hi folks, Nathaniel here at Chicago Music Exchange. I'm joined by Daniel Albert. How's it going, mate?
it is going well. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and we have got some very cool guitars that you're going to tell me all about.
Yes, we do. So Dunable, Sacha Dunable, cool guy,
Yeah.
cool guy alert.
Yeah.
He has been making guitars for about 10 years at this point under his name. So he's probably been working on them a little bit longer than that.
Probably, yeah.
But as a part of their 10th anniversary, he just wanted to go crazy, and we wanted to let him.
Yeah.
So
I think he kind of did.
yeah. So we have 4 really, really special guitars. They're not insanely expensive, which I think is so cool. He just wants these to be played, doesn't want them to sit on a wall of a law practice or anything like that. Dentist's office, you know, your typical high-end guitar things.
Right. Listen, when you got something wrong with your tooth, who are you going to see?
I'm gonna go see Dr. Parrott.
Who?
Dr. Parrott.
Is that your dentist's name?
Yeah, he lives at Gilbert Parrott.
What's his
With
Are
a
you
name
allowed
like
to say
that.
his name on the internet?
No, Belmont Dental Care. It's like 3 doors down from here. Wink.
Is that 3 doors down?
Kryptonite? Yeah. Great track.
It's Friday. We're all
The voice of the.
with his Celsius chilling on the chair.
How many Celsius
Cracking
is that
jokes.
for you today?
Just 1.
Oh, okay.
About halfway.
Okay. We asked Sacha during a recent factory visit, have you ever done any resin fills on guitars?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really, really beautiful pieces of wood that you can't use for a guitar because they've got holes in certain spots or whatnot.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I haven't done it before, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think he absolutely nailed it.
I think
so,
he did a pretty good job.
yeah, I mean, the most absurd example of that is going to be this burl top that, I mean, you can see there was not a full guitar top worth of wood there, but he made this really, really cool kind of murky swamp water looking thing, which is really awesome. A lot of times you see burl tops and they're just on these like perfect instruments and they look less like a post-apocalyptic.
It's like a storm cloud. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Straight
cool.
out of Mad Max.
Yeah.
we've got this Gnarwhal here, and this one has got a Koa top, obviously matching pickup
I like that,
inserts.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then just a monster neck on there in terms of the flame. And so this is going to be one where you can see that he actually filled a portion of the top with resin there.
Yeah.
And this actually has almost a metallic
a bit of a sparkly
thing that he put in there, which, again, we didn't really ask for any of this. He went above and beyond and just killed it on these. They're so good.
Yeah.
And there's so many details on them that the longer you look at them, the more and more things you notice. Obviously, you've got the Koa top, and then you've got flame maple sandwiched between the top and the back, so you get that kind of binding that comes out with the German carve there. Just an absolute stunning guitar. Usually with Koa, you're paying a lot more than this. But yeah, loving that one. And then, I mean, my personal favorite.
That looks mental.
I love Pale Moon Ebony, which is what this is. So Ebony, obviously very heavy, very dense wood. So guitar's not really for the faint of heart. But this one is absolutely beautiful, and you can see he continued the motif on the fretboard here. Got really cool block outlines on them. And then this binding is actually more of that kind of slightly metallic resin. So I haven't seen a guitar neck bound with resin before, so just really cool that he came up with these ideas and actually turned them around really quickly for us.
Now, I mean, close up, this is crazy to look at. I don't think I've ever seen a guitar like it, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I haven't either. And we kind of saw these while they were in progress. And during the factory visit, we were able to see some of the stuff that he was working on. And yeah, he stuck with it until he got it right. And I'm so pumped with how this came out.
I mean, that's nice. I love the neck.
Yeah. Absolutely love it. And the back is even just a beautiful piece of wood.
Lovely, isn't it?
So
I was playing that a fair bit yesterday. I think that might be my favorite out of the four.
Yeah, I mean, this is a cool guitar, and to see Cocobolo like this in such a big sheet is very special. Again, it's something that's way more expensive through other builders. So, I mean, Sacha is a musician. He's a professional musician first, I would say, and a guitar builder second. It's not to say he doesn't build amazing guitars, but he got to start playing music. So he wants to make sure that these are at prices that actual players can afford.
Exactly.
Love it. And obviously this has a really stunning fingerboard on it. We've got a actually really light swamp ash back on here with a white blonde kind of wash on it. And then just another beautiful piece of wood for the neck with a lot of different stuff going on it.
I mean, the color of that alone just looks incredible.
Yeah. What in particular did you like the most about this?
I mean, the look of it, the feel of it as well. I was drawn to that more than the others.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I like the others, but that kind of stuck out to me. You were drawn to that one. That's kind of your favorite out of the four, right?
Yeah. I'm playing one of those the Carina R2s right now in Displacer, and I'm like, oh, I might need a Gnarwhal as well because they're so good. But I also have the back of a I don't know, like a 95-year-old, so like something like this is a little too heavy for me. But there are some strong guys out there in the world who are going to make that look incredible on stage. So I caught you playing this a little bit yesterday through an amp, and it sounded amazing. Interesting song choice, but I like it. Can't wait to hear the audio of the other ones, or the.
Well, hopefully it'll pass your test.
I mean, I imagine that I have to approve it. So.
Well, you actually do. He actually does, right?
Yeah. One of these days, I'm just going to be like, Nathaniel was trash. Tell him to take some lessons.
I'm sure you've been tempted at some point to say that.
Why would I ever say that?
You can be honest. It's all right.
All right. I'm going off on a tangent again. He's been doing some other really special builds for his 10th anniversary that have gone to some of our friends at other dealers.
Yeah.
But he's keeping all the guitars very, very unique, very different from one another. So just a a guitar player's guitar builder, which we love.
Which is cool. Which is a very nice touch.
But yeah, I appreciate you spending some time with these and spending some time with me as well, as always.
I mean, these aren't going to last long, I imagine.
I wouldn't think so.
Seeing as we're obviously talking about how good the price is and, you know, the quality of the wood and the workmanship. Now, me were at the Dunable Factory.
Yes, they were out there recently. I didn't have the opportunity to go. I was doing something. I don't remember, probably guitar related. But yeah, they had the opportunity to go, have Sacha show them around, show them some of the in-progress builds that I was talking about. And we're actually going to put that footage at the end of this video.
Sweet,
so similar to how we did the Eastman factory stuff for the D'Ambrosio, which I still can't say, but I'm working on it. We'll put all that content up on there, so anybody who's interested in seeing how these things actually come to be in these smaller shops, it's worth a watch for sure.
Well worth it, of course. Well, I think we've kind of nailed everything there, so hopefully we'll do a Dunable video jamming next time, me and you.
Let's do it.
After we take some lessons. But yeah, come check these guitars out, folks. I mean, look at that. You have to see this in person to actually believe it. It is mental. It's very cool. Come check them out. Visit the website if you're interested in them, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. If you are interested in learning more about Sacha Dunable, the Dunable team and his influences and how they make these incredible guitars, we do have a video online, Meet Your Maker, which I would urge you to go check out.
All right, so this thing is obscene.
That looks so cool.
It weighs as much as you think it weighs.
What do we call it? Underwater Mordor or something? What was it?
Oh, really? Came up with a name for it?
What was the name?
Oh, you guys just said.
I think I mentioned Mordor when you said something about a bowling ball.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
Bowling ball.
yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
I mean,
So this one was super fun. This is like I was telling you guys before, it's a live edge twirl. It was just one big slab.
what is it? Maple burl?
It is maple burl.
Okay.
So like these pieces were like kind of up here, and it was just this big like, you know.
I mean,
organ.
this piece of wood is it even the same piece as this? Is this actually all one piece?
It is.
It almost is so far separated that it could theoretically you're just inserting other pieces, but
Yeah, no, I kind of chopped those sections from out here somewhere and kind of just, you know, oriented it that way onto the back.
yeah.
But I just, the idea was to get the kind of like live edge underneath the resin there, and then you get the top, which is that's the part of the burl top that you would normally see on a guitar.
Right.
But you don't see like what the burl looks like before they resaw it into like fake tops.
Right. I mean, it's a disease.
Yeah.
That's why this guitar is so metal, because it's an awful, diseased, useless piece of wood.
Who would want this?
That you have turned into something that's like insane.
I love when you look on the side too, and you can sort of see like the side profile of like the burl.
It's like the moon. I mean, it's sort of like it sort of has that foreign planet sci-fi.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, like we were saying before, like I just wanted to make sure that it's decorated and ornate as it is. I guess it's sort of like
Yeah.
should be spooky.
Now I have to ask, like, if people actually really, really want this, and then people want more, do you actually want to make more?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that must be
Because I know, like, when you get into things like this, it's like you're kind of
Yeah.
setting yourself up.
Well, we bought the mold, so we can.
Okay.
I mean, I'll show you guys over there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and I love seeing the actual side, the actual natural burl.
Whoa, look at that. That's awesome. Dude, this is cool.
You know, we do. That's like our specialty. But yeah, so we spend more than anything as we were at guitars.
Yeah. So
Everybody here is cool with me filming them, right?
yeah, nobody's witnessed.
Yeah?
Location.
Okay.
On the way.
Yeah.
If you guys need us to like blur out your faces or whatever, just let us know.
Drop my voice a couple octaves.
Yeah.
We've done it.
I was telling you that they were hiding behind the switch at the last man. And so I think you're a bit for it. Yeah, we were showing them all the like the bases, models we were doing, and the beads. And we were like, wow, I think we might have. I just wanted to be like, hey, music. If we were around, and go on to it. So I've been meaning to go to Iconics like all the for the most part. It's very different. Also, the way you kind of keep it yourselves too, and the price point seems to be it's how it's and they mostly go to some celebrities. We're here in the paint shop. This is the prep room. These guys got guitars from the wood shop this morning that had mechs glued in. They're doing a little final sand and paint prep so that we can do stains and spray seal coats and whatnot.
I'm gonna stay up here. I'm gonna stay safe.
So here is, I'll just start with the back. So black Linva, body and neck. Pretty cool, nothing too out of the ordinary for you, but then, wow, you just go to the front. And a pale moon, top.
Pale Moon Ebony, right?
Yeah.
That's an Ebony species.
Yeah.
And then like, is it normal? Is it normally this high off? That's the standard car they do?
It's about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what, the bevel or the?
Just this, how high does that go? Something about that, maybe it's just a juxtaposition would help run the Pale Moon is against the Black Limit. It just feels like I love it. Like it really pronounces the top.
Yeah. Well, and then all again with the resin theme, I mean it's subtle, but that is a resin layer to kind of separate the two to create that little line.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a veneer or something.
I wouldn't even know that.
And
So you're not using resin in this case as a filler anywhere. It's just on the layer.
yeah. But then the kind of thing that ties this one all together with the particulars.
When you have a board that doesn't need more ornamentation, really, the open blocks are perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
This is the whole video. We're gonna release that just now.
Yeah, it's fast.
It's about 3.5 minutes.
The tape peel videos are always our most popular Instagram reels, so
yeah.
sure, well, you will have to speed it up. So Buckeye Gold.
Okay.
And I did like a black and gold.
And so this is the mold.
Right? Yeah, this is the mold where you just stick wood in there and just pour a bunch of resin on there and
Cross your fingers.
yeah, put it on the CNC and boom, beautiful guitar.
Ah, it's so cool.
It smells funny.
Don't sit too long.
Yeah.
Just once or twice. And this one's been a smoother process.
Yeah, so we just wanted to rebuff the top. It had like just a weird like bug landing footprint. But this is a Cocobolo top.
Yep. Pretty straightforward. It's a really
Could I just peel this off, this tape?
Yeah.
We can still buff it, right? We just sort of have to tape off the
Yeah,
You don't have to.
I mean, you should be good. Just be careful on like the edges because you don't want to bump the satin on the back. But I think
We'll just tape off the edge again.
yeah.
Let me at least show you the neck and the back.
I'm not doing it.
You want to come around?
Yeah, this will be a good one. Again, a roasted poison.
Yeah, it's a good neck. And actually, the juxtaposition of the gloss against the top is really nice too.
Yeah, I don't want to like say I like any of these better than the other, but this roasted flame neck is a little bit cooler than the one on that Koa guitar because
Honestly,
it's truly one piece.
I also like it because it's not. Sometimes flame necks are just so perfect. It's got no actual vibe.
Right.
It's just like if you engineered it.
Right.
And this actually has real up and down grain. It actually has that organic maple. Like you can look at it and know that's maple, but it also has really wide flame. Yeah, as well. It's super 3D.
And just for being, I mean, the roasted is so cool because it just adds that like color
Well, you get the depth.
naturally.
Yeah.
And then
And what's the board on?
the board is also Cocobolo.
For you to redo this.
No, it was all taped off so that we could respray.
Oh, that's the actual. I thought that was still white tape.
No, no.
If you would have
Just
like
more. The body is made out of just solid white tape.
If you, yeah, it's real. Really went with like a silver tone kind of or a Dan Electro kind of approach.
It's amazing how you guys were able to draw in the wood grain on a tape body.
Especially just an Epiphone Les Paul under all this stuff.
It's like a Scooby Doo.
That's their secret.
One of those little Russian doll things.
Yeah.
Wow, I did.
One last thing.
On my bingo card, I did not have trans white ash.
Well, you know what? The ash just there was something about the coloration of it that didn't really like look right natural.
Yeah,
It might have been honest, frankly, and maybe you'll have to take this up, but there might have been some bleed from the Cocobolo because Cocobolo will like totally bleed
okay.
into the other woods around it.
That's beautiful. It's sort of all really clean and straightforward.
Yeah. Well, it does have. Yeah, I feel like it's redder. It's like as red as that.
Yeah, let's use that. I actually appreciate that the fingerboard is maybe from 20 feet away, it's just a consistent brown, but up close, it's got a lot of depth. And actually, because the headstock in the back of the neck is doing so much talking, that you don't really need this to say anything.
Yeah.
And so, Gavin, my product manager, Gavin, always says you put a hat in a hat. Like if you dress too many things at the same time,
Right.
it's like, just take it easy. You've already done this part. Let that tell the story.
Yeah. I'll show you the picture of all the hardware. It has like gold hardware. It's cool, like mesh foil looking.
Okay.
Radiator.
Gold foil or like,
You can find all this on the internet.
this is what
But-
we're going to put this to though.
Yeah. So for these resin fours that we've been kind of experimenting with, we bought this mold, which is made out of silicone, which is a material that the resin won't bond to, so you can actually get the material out of there. And so we'll take like pieces of, like here's an example of some Buckeye Burl from some slabs. Like we bought these just giant, ugly pieces of, I mean, it just looks like garbage wood, but
Traditionally would have been.
it probably would have been, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's where these tops come from. So you just take this stuff. We'll usually have a thicker piece, and you put it in there, and they make this resin that's made for like furniture. Like people make tabletops out of it or whatnot. And we'll mix in like well, we don't always mix in a color, I guess, but you can, if you want it to look sick, put like a color shift pearl or something like that. Maybe like some tinted just stuff to add some color to it, and then just pour it in. And you can pour it up to like I think 3 or 4 inches thick, or at least 2 inches thick. Yeah. And this is fully hardened at this point. This was probably last week that we poured it. So this had like some black gray pearl with this like white and gold color shift, so that like, in different lights it will dry and it's kind of like swirly just psychedelic mess. And you can take this then and put it on CNC and cut a guitar body out of it, and it's just gorgeous. So here, this is Buckeye Below. I was kind of like made sure to pour all the stuff in there into the voids. And so I'm kind of just picturing like, Pacific Northwest tree moss on Jupiter. Pacific Northwest of Jupiter, that is. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I would want a vacation there for sure.
Yeah. Bring a rain jacket.
What are like some of the, obviously it's an entirely different method, right? But what are some of the challenges just using this resin in the first place?
Well,
Like, what about it versus using wood?
Well, the resin is certainly harder. So I have also learned that we don't want the entire body to be resin because, number one, it's hard on the CNC. Number two, it makes the guitar heavier.
Yeah.
Also, like, if you have a full resin body, like, it sort of takes away the joy of, like, having, the wooden resonance, the guitar kind of, like, is what sort of makes it feel like alive.
The organic nature too. I mean, it was a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like to make sure that sprinkled in there is kind of, like, just a very cool looking thing. But, for all those reasons, you want to keep it mostly wood. I have learned since starting this. And then also just getting the stuff, when you're planning out on these builds, we also learned to, like, be sure to orient the wood in a way that's going to work with the guitar that you plan to use it on.
Sure.
So it's really like making sure that it's all fully fleshed out.
Shape of it as.
Yeah, really like taking all,
It's a more complex thing. I mean, obviously you've done like an acrylic and move it around on even just a nice like maple top, and you have to find the right spot that matches the grain. This is that, but way more complicated.
Exactly, like that Koa Gnarwhal, like it took so much like arranging the stuff and marking it out in a way that we were going to lay it out perfectly, and to get it here and tape it all down and make sure that each piece is going to go, you know where it's going to go, and that the resin is going to flow in a certain way, like the bottom here will be the top, just so that it looks right.
That's an important note, because that's the back we're looking at.
Yeah,
It's flipped over.
and this is actually, this is supposed to be two different tops, right? So basically this will come out, I'll split down the middle, and then resaw each of these so that you have a book mashed.
Oh wow! So that I didn't. I was this. Okay, because it's so hard to comprehend what I'm actually gonna be able to see when it's.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
like, so like this will be opened up.
That makes a lot more sense.
You get the
to make
other
like
side.
an enormous amount.
You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was like, why was the middle be empty?
Yeah, like, why'd you put this random piece of grain right in the middle of the guitar?
What's you said about like how the resin is like, not as natural, less organic, and you want the wood part of it. But when you showed us the one 20 minutes ago, it looked more alive than anything I've ever seen in my life on a guitar, because it looks like this like seascape, or this, like you said, another planet, life, or I don't know. It looks like Iceland. Like you're just
Totally. Yeah. I mean, that's the idea. Is that it's like, I mean,
so it looks
getting all that together and just conceptualizing it before, I think goes a long way.
yeah.
So you learned that early on with that blue.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you're learning this, because we're gonna make some fun things together, and people are gonna really enjoy some of these guitars.
Yeah.
This is an example of like the ship coil that we use.
Make sure it gets everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful here. But it like looks white there, right? But you put it on your hand, and it's like white gold color shifts.
Right.
And if you mix that with any other color, it kind of gives you that same.
It's heavy focusing, unfortunately.
Yeah. My wife thinks I'm like coming home from a rave. Like Burning Man or something.
Turns guitar bodies in whatever direction you need it to.
Yeah, you kind of just put it on here and you twist it. All that stuff.
Got it.
just got this boot from Grover Jackson one year.
No way.
Full guitar history for you.
Wow. Yeah, awesome.
Right here, I can make it a little
Yeah,
this will make it pop for you a bit.
yeah.